Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm just getting some seeds started. I'm running late. I should have started these quite a while ago, but we'll get a few started today. I'll show you my grow box that I start things in, and we'll go from there. This is just a tub that I have potting soil in. The potting soil is pretty dry, and they tend to be hydrophobic if you don't pre-water them. So I'm going to put some water in here before I start filling my trays. I'll have to mix this up by hand too. Okay, I've got some flats, and I've got some seed trays, and I'll throw in some soil. There we go. After I do this, I like to make a little bit of, tamp it down so I have room for the seed. This is damp but not soaking wet. I gotta tamp all these guys in. I used to have a little block that was the perfect size for this, but I can't find it. All right, this is a little slow, so I might switch to something else. This guy may work better. Just one tamp in the center for each one. A couple tamps. That's good. So my first one, I'm working on peppers today, by the way. My first one is a bell pepper. This is Ace. All right, and I usually put 2 in each tray. Planting spot, cell, I guess. And those will be thinned later. All right, that's enough of those. That'll give me at least 8 plants as long as we get decent germination, and sometimes I can get more. If I don't thin, I can break them up when I'm planting. Okay, so one thing I do that's a little odd, the planting soil, potting soil I put in is actually potting soil, not seed start. I put that on the bottom. I started doing this a couple years ago and it has worked well. And then I actually cover the tops with a seed starter. And this seems to give me something that has some fertilizer in it. So the plants grow well when they're established, but it also prevents the sterile seed start on top, prevents me from getting a lot of damping off. I've been really lucky with damping off. I haven't had problems with it. So that's all set. I'm just gonna water those in. Actually, I'll wait until I get a few more rows. This second pepper was Charger, and that is in Anaheim. a hot pepper. Next pepper is Altiplano. It is a serrano pepper, another hot. The last one for this tray is El Eden. It is a guajillo, so this will be a good dried pepper. All right, these are all set. What I'll do now is water these in. I actually have a concrete mixing tray that I use to water these in so I don't get water all over the place. I'll set these guys in there. Now I can water these in. And I'll let those sit and soak until I get my next tray done, and then I'll take those out and put them in the seed starting box that I have to show you guys still. And I got another one good to go. I do a lot of peppers, but I also do a lot of tomatoes. So this will get me started for the season. I'm running late this year. When I'm doing this, I don't try to be overly neat. I just clean up afterwards. That should be good. The next two are Boston, a poblano. These I like to blister over a flame or a charcoal, and then freeze and use that for chili type dishes. And let's see, the one after that is Flaming Flare, and that's a Fresno, and that makes really good hot sauce. There we go, these are set. One other thing I should address on my tags, I usually write these out with either pencil or a grease pen. What do they call them? A China marker, a grease pen, a plumber's marker. Those don't fade away in the sunshine. Found most of the markers, even the extremes, the Sharpie extremes, just don't last in the sunshine. As soon as the UV hits them, they just fade away. So just basic pencil works great. and the China marker works really well. The pencil can be a little difficult to read in the sunshine because it's so small, but otherwise they work pretty good. Here's the grease pen or China marker that I referred to. I find these in Lowe's. Looks like this one's actually made by Sharpie. If you can see that, it actually says China marker right on there. Next one is Jalafuego. That is a jalapeno. Get this guy started. This is one I grow every year. I like this one. If I remember correctly, this is a pretty large jalapeno. It also doesn't craze all that much. Let's see, one after that is Baron. This is another poblano. And I'm gonna swap these out. Let's see, we'll get this guy started first. Water this in. All right, I'm gonna take you over and show you my grow box. I'll get it open first. Let's see. Pardon the mess in here. Haven't cleaned up from a winter project. So I put this together, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. It's just 4x8 sheets of insulation. This end is taped shut. I've got a thermometer here. It's a probe thermometer actually for barbecue, and I use that to check the interior temperature when I have it all sealed up. You can see I just tape things shut. I've got to change the tape out. It's starting to release, and I added these just to hold things together. And then this end I open up. This gets taped shut as well. And when I need to get in and out, I have to undo the tape, which isn't real handy, but it's not horrible. I don't have the lights on in here right now. I think you can see. I just made a frame that sits on top of a piece of, I've got a PVC sheet and then just a bunch of plumbing tubing pieces that I pieced together to support it. This goes to my Accurite weather station. It's a remote thermometer, so I can tell from the house what the temperature is in here. And so this is set up. You can see the lights. I don't have them on right now. This is set up so the lights will come on around 6 or 7 in the morning. I got to reset the timer every year. And the lights will go off. I think I have them set to go off at 11 o'clock. So it gets a break. And then down here, you see I have a heater in there. The lights generate enough heat during the day that I don't have to supplement the heat. I'm in the upstairs of the garage, the upstairs of the carriage barn. And so the heat from the lights is more than sufficient to get this up. In fact, it'll come up into the 90s. Sometimes it'll even break 100 degrees, which I try to avoid. If it gets that warm, I'll try to just release some of the tape and let this open up a little bit. And then at night, the heater keeps temperatures from getting below 50 or so. So it works really well. And I have excellent germination. I think it's from the high temps. It might also be the temperature flux. I think the temperature flux at night actually helps germination as well.